Yo. Good morning, everybody. What's happening, nation? Let me know who's in the building. Let me know who's in the building. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Make sure I got this cap on. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Jesse in the building says Raiders all day. Yeah. Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Let me know you can see me. Let me know you can hear me. Let me make sure the quality is good. Y'all let me know the quality's good. No technical difficulties. Robert's in the house. Robert's in the house. He said, "What's good, fam? How you doing, Robert?" Andrew in the building. What's good with you, boy? Raider nice. What's good, Ray? Shout out from the town. Shout out Oakland, man. Used to live in Sac for a few years, so you know it's all love. Yes, sir. You already know how I go, man. You already know how I go. Hollywood shows in the building. What's up with you, boy? Dominic. Dominic's in the building. What's right here? The Ray Tricks. The Ray Tricks. That boy Digital Press. Funny as hell for that. That boy said the Ray Tricks. Sheesh. Blue King in the building. What's happening with you, boy? Goat Mill TV. Big Pern. I'm gonna get to you. Lonnie in the building. I see you. Tashi, what's good with it? Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's talk about all this recent news, all this stuff going on with the Derek Carr contract. Let's talk about some of the latest hirings, some of the draft picks. We're gonna get into it, man. But I want to give everybody a shout out in the comment first, man. Paul Burton in the building. Johnny B. Chance. Rudy, what's good? How are you doing? It's Rudy Raider. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. I see you, man. Kalau, what's up from Hawaii? Shout out Hawaii. Shout out Hawaii because Hawaii got a lot of Raiders fans and they always pull up. They always pulling up from out that way. There it says, the quality is good. Yes, sir. Ray Love in the building. Souza, I see you, brother. I see you, Souza. Alvarez, good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a good morning. We got 559 in the building. We're getting a fresh start. We're just starting off the day. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. The allergies, I'm in California. You know what I mean? But boy, the allergies have been whooping me. I'm telling you. I'm the allergies undefeated against me. Allergies undefeated. Like, because they be whooping me, bro. They be whooping me. Honest is what that boy say. He said, you're gonna have to explain the economics of the quarterback market. And I am. Because I feel like there's a lot of I feel like out there in Raider Nation, there's a lot of narratives that get pushed and people don't really look into the truth and actual facts about it. So, you know what I mean? We're going to get in that today. We're going to get into that today. Trust me, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to bring it back to reality. I'm going to bring the logic. You already know how I go over here. Where's the logic? That's the slogan. Where's the logic? But if y'all can't make a play, make a play. I know we got the chat. I know the chat full of playmakers. Make a play. Hit that like button, please. Somebody make a play. Who's going to be a playmaker and hit that like button? ONT6 in the building. Y'all know that's my brother. Y'all know how we rock. Appreciate the super chat. He said, what up, Braid? Everything sounds good. Looks good. Yes, sir, bro. Appreciate you letting me know. You know we got to keep the quality good. Rachel said the allergies are terrible. Facts on that. Yeah, boy, them allergies. Woo. I'm telling you. Them allergies whooping me. Yesterday, I was going to go live yesterday, but the allergies were so bad, bro. Allergies were so bad. I was just like, I can't do it. I can't be on live like that, bro. I would have been sneezing every second. Like Ray Love says, run them likes up and subscribe. If y'all new here, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you being here. If you are new, Sebastian in the building. He says, Hood Battle. Greetings from 619 San Diego. Shout out to you. Salute the service and appreciate your service, brother. Thank you. Bobo says, just took a screen to the house. Hey, me and Andy, I don't know if y'all follow Raiders Football Talk. If you don't, go make sure to follow him. Andy over there, me and him was playing Madden. I had got on that boy the first game, but he got me on the second one. Man. So me and Andy 1-1. 1-1 so far. 1 win, 1 loss. Let's get to the chat, though. What are we talking about? Gene says, hey, Ray, love yours and Honcho's content. Keep on keeping it real. Appreciate you, Gene. You know, that's all we're going to do. Keeping it real is what we have to do, because you can't fall for all the narratives. You can't fall for all the things that you're supposed to say. Almost is kind of how I could put it, right? It's kind of like when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, the narrative was, oh, they have one of the worst defenses and they still won, blah, blah, blah. Well, that was a narrative until it was proven wrong. And then you go look at their defense and you see there was still a top 10 defense impressively. So, the certain narratives you can't just run with, like hearing about Derek Carr's contract, saying it's too much. It's not team friendly. It's not team friendly deal. I mean, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But shout out everybody in the chat, yo. Shout out everybody in the chat pulling up. Aaron 209 says, I thought DC would take a pay cut. You know what? To be honest, man, I thought so as well. But based on the market, we're going to get into it, man. Based on the market and based on how everything's working, we're going to find out real soon that it is a team deal. We're going to find out real soon. Get that Flonase. Man, bro, I have some of the worst allergies. I'm allergic to oxygen, I think. I'm allergic to plants. You know what I mean? That's how bad my allergies are. My allergies are so bad, I think I'm allergic to air almost. You know what I mean? I got the Flonase, I got the Zyrtec, I've had the Claritin, I've had all that. I got the thing where you drain. It's like a weird salt water thing and you drain. I got all that. I'm telling you, man. Brother Dangerfield in the building. What's good with you, Dangerfield? Appreciate you able to pull up. Riverside. Shout out SoCal. Wasted in the building. If y'all don't follow Wasted Talent, go pull up on bro. Very intelligent gentleman. I do like Wasted. I like what he has to say. I like how he carries himself. I like how he speaks. So if y'all hear me sniffling or anything like that, or I sneeze, trust me, I just got allergies. That is it. The allergies are beating me day in and day out. Dominique says, I use Flonase every day. That shit works great. I need to start using it every day then, bro. I need to start using it every single day. DD in the building. What's good, DD? I see you, bro. Adrian pulled up on us. Quiet storm, man. I'm glad to see you able to make it. Good morning, brother. Just stopping by, showing some love. Got to head to work. Yeah, Quiet Storm. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I know you're able to pop in now and then, but shout out Quiet Storm. Long time subscriber, long time supporter. Appreciate Quiet Storm. Have a good day at work also. Everybody that's at work, have a good day, yo. Nigerian Prince in the house. Let's get to it, Ray. Do you think we should be paying Carr $40 million a year? Let's talk about it. Let's get right to it, like Nigerian Prince says. But I still want to give people a shout out, man. JoJo, the numbers in the house. Cervantes, man. I see you, man. You feel me? Meanish with the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. He says, what do you think will look different? Oh, what do you think will look different when we play next year compared to last year? Okay, let's get into this real quick, and then we're gonna get back to what Nigerian Prince said about the $40 million a year if Carr deserves that. So for this super chat right here, man, honestly, I think next year, number one thing would be the red zone. And I think that's what our boy Raider Wolf is saying. Better red zone, most definitely. I agree with Raider Wolf. I think our red zone should look a lot better. Also, what else should look different? The red zone, the run game. The run game should look different. And it should be different. Basically, it should be better. Let's put it that way. The run game should be better. Red zone as well. And then if we're just talking the whole team, I wonder how the special teams will be. That might be a wild card, and I just thought of that. But I know it's not a huge thing, but how will the special teams be? We got a new special teams coach. We knew what Richard Bisaccia was to this team. How will the special teams transition with Richard Bisaccia going out and the new guy coming in, right? That'll be an interesting one right there. But the offense, most definitely, I think should sustain, or get better. Red zone, run game, and then on the defensive side of the ball, we should definitely have some multiples. We should definitely have a defense that's multiple, and we should be looking at a lot more blitzing. So that's something for sure we should be looking out for. Ray Love says, I use Vicks nasal spray, works wonders. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Vicks, I've never used Vicks, though. EJ in the house. I see you, boy. I see you, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Chester, what's up with it? I see you. There's been no confirmation from people involved in those discussions. Must be talking about the car stuff. Lonnie says, raid, Claritin D 24 hours behind the pharmacy counter. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm telling you. KB in the house says, what's good, Raid? Yes, sir. Raider Knight says, I'm a Kardashian, but it's hard for me to pay Carr $40 million a year with all the needs we have unless it's filled with incentives. All right, let's get into it, though. I think it's about time. We got enough people in the chat. You know what I mean? We got enough people in the chat. And I think it's time we start talking about this contract thing because this, at the end of the day, I think it's a deal. From what I've heard, the discussions are, right? First, it was 35 plus, I should say. First, it was 35 plus, and then it turned into 40 mil. So is it 35 or is it 40? You know what I mean? I think we really have to differentiate that. Is it 35 or 40? And that's a big difference because what ends up happening with this is it gets averaged out based on this year's pay. This is what he gets this year, right? So if you were to give him 35, like the first thing I heard was 35, right? Let's just, because I had made a post. If y'all voted, let me know if y'all voted and tell me what y'all voted on in the poll that I had posted on the community page. But DC is acting like he's Aaron Rodgers. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think the numbers look a lot more skewed than what it is, to be honest. And think about it like this. This is the only way I can really describe it. And I don't have a graphic right now. I probably should have made a graphic to where I could put it up and show you guys. But try to hear me out. If you were to get 35, that would be a crazy deal. In my opinion, that'd be a crazy deal. Because if he gets 35, say it's a 2-year extension at 35, he would make on average $30 million a year. He would only be a $30 million quarterback at that point for 3 years. That's a deal. I'm not sure how much more of a deal you could get other than that. Like, let's be honest. Because you have to take in consideration, and this is what people aren't, for personally, this is what I don't think people are taking in consideration, and they just see the extension numbers. You have to take in consideration that he is making only $20 million this year. So if he makes, say, let's just take it like this. Say next year he gets $40 million. You would have to say in 2 years he is making $60 million. You see where I'm going? You see where I'm going with this? Because you would take the $20 million from this year, you would take the $40 million from the next year, and that would add up to $60 million for 2 years. That's $30 million if you divide it in 2 years. So depending how you chalk it up, it may seem like, oh yeah, he's getting $40 million a year when really he's not. Really, he's not. And not only that, the money he gets this year isn't guaranteed. You could cut him and he wouldn't get it. So the money you give him this year, you can front load the contract. You could front load the contract to where the money you guarantee him, you could put that money in front. That's basically how we're in the position we are today with Derek Carr, to where we could cut him and owe him no money because all the guaranteed money has already been front loaded. All the guaranteed money has already been given to him. So if you go out there, give him a 2-year, $35 million a year contract for 2 years, that's a total of $70 million, right? You add the $20 million on top of that. So that's $90 million for 3 years. $90 million for 3 years. That's $30 million a year. That's how you do it, y'all. So when people are like, he's not worth $40 million, well, he kind of is, based on the extension. This is how it works. And not only that, you guys have to understand that even if we were to go out there and pay this man 30 to 40 million, by this time next year, he won't even be top 10 highest paid quarterback. This is what we need to realize. He will not be a top 10 as far as being paid. He will not be in the top 10 in quarterbacks. This is something that I think we all need to realize. He said he'll take a pay cut, but didn't specify the circumstances of taking a cut, so we can't be mad. I'm gonna touch on that, but shout out to Aaron H, man. The boy just made a big play. Do your touchdown dance, player. Look, welcome to the squad. We're gonna pop bottles because we got a new member to the channel. Appreciate you becoming a member. This is the best way to support the channel. If you guys want to join, just hit the link at the top of the page where it says join and go ahead and join the squad, y'all. Join the squad, y'all. But let's get to the super chat. Marcus says people really want Carr to take less than Goff and Wentz. They make top 10 money, and it's time for Carr to get paid. So stop there and get a deal done. I mean, exactly. Exactly. And the thing is, some people don't want to hear that. Some people don't like Carr, so then they're going to say, oh, no, blah, blah, blah. We don't have enough money, this, that, and the third. Hold on. If you're such an expert at the cap, then how come the Cowboys can give Dak Prescott $40 million a year? Ezekiel Elliott being the number one highest paid running back, I think beginning next year will be the highest paid running back. So how do you pay Cooper $20 million a year or $20 million a year? If you're paying Dak 40, DeMarcus Lawrence, how much is he making? Like 20 million a year? So, I mean, come on, y'all. You can't sit here and say you give your quarterback an average of $30 million a year and you have no money to sign anybody else. He's been playing for pennies and we still have nobody on the fucking team. So how does that make sense? That doesn't make sense at all. And I haven't found anybody to dispute it yet. Yes, sir. Shout out to that boy for becoming a member. Pop a bottle for my guy. Tell him take a sip of that bubbly because we're making plays out here. Yes, sir, Raider Nation. Hit that like button. Make a play. I know the chat full of playmakers. Make sure to make a play. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. Khalil King, I wish Carr would take $20 million with $20 million in incentives. That would be great, in a fantasy world, man. And let's be honest, what quarterbacks are making $20 million a year though? Like, think about it. Mariota, we signed Mariota. We gave Mariota $10 million to be a backup. And we're worried about giving our starting quarterback, who's been pretty healthy and consistent, we can't give him 30? Like, come on, that's crazy. That's crazy. In my opinion, that's just absurd. But let's see what everybody talking about in the comment. What do y'all think? Why should he take less money? It's not his fault. And I agree, bro. Why should he take less money? Because you would want to have more money to sign other players. And I understand what you're saying. It's not his fault. He shouldn't have to take less money. You know what I mean? He can go somewhere else and go get a bag. He could go get that $40 million easy somewhere else, I'm sure. But the thing is, he's been getting $20 million. He's been getting $20 million, and we still have no players signed. So people are like, oh, but he wants to win. He wants to bring players in and pay this guy, that guy. Well, we haven't been doing that. And he's been getting nothing but 20 every year. Like, I don't understand the confusion on that. Like he says, big facts. Just Raider One says 100. You already know what it is, man. Bernard, yep. Bernard in the building. You already know what it is, Susan. We've been on this. You know what I mean? Everybody in the chat, we already been on this. You know what I mean? Hakeem Boxer says 4 years, $160 million. No matter what happens, we're going to have to pay someone. Better pay him now than pay more for someone later. But Derek Carr needs some tough love to be a good leader. He's too nice. I do agree with that. I would like to see him, you know what I mean, get a little bit more frustrated. Maybe not frustrated, but a little bit more in the player's face. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say so much call players out, but I would say, you know what I mean, on the play, on the sidelines, getting players' faces. But I think he has a different kind of leadership. And the fact that we were able to get through last year just goes to show the kind of leadership he has is just a little bit different and get you through a little bit tougher stuff. Just in my opinion, just based off that year for an example. Right? Jojo says 154-year extension. I can see that. Agent Red says DC4 is a Raider. He will do his best for the organization in his career. I believe he wants to win for the Raiders. Yeah, he does. He definitely does. But you still have to pay the man. You still have to pay. It's almost like this. Are you guys expecting Max Crosby to take a substantial deal, or a substantial give a substantial discount? Are you guys expecting Max Crosby to do that? Let me know. Bernard says, I'm thinking 35 mil with 5 mil worth incentives. Yeah. You could say, look, we make it to the playoffs, you get that extra dough, something like that. You win a playoff game, you get this much more, right? That would be fair. That would definitely be fair. Yo, someone pop a bottle. We got a new member of the team, 310, Chris Salas. Shout out to the boy for becoming a member. Boy just made a play, do your touchdown dance, and pop a bottle for becoming a member. Appreciate you, bro. This is the best way to support the channel. And look, let's be honest. This is probably one of the only channels that actually goes live for members only. I mean, let's be honest. I actually go live with my members and bring my members on. So if you want to join the membership, make sure to do that because we're going to get lit. We watch film. We break it down. We do our thing. Let me know. Raider Alex says, it's not Carr's fault if he wants to demand $40 million. That's perfectly fine since that's the market. But I'm just saying if you want to win a Super Bowl, then your chances have dropped taking more money. I would take that I do take that in consideration. And the reason I do is because $40 million is a lot. At the end of the day, $40 million is a lot. But at the same time, the salary cap is going up. Not only because the NFL is going up as far as ads and deals, TV deals, whatever you want to call it, but because COVID is starting to go away, trickle away, right? Fans are coming back. And the quarterback market goes up. Because remember when Derek Carr was signed his first extension, and he was the richest quarterback or the most paid or whatever. How long did that last? Someone remind me in the chat. How long was Derek Carr the highest paid quarterback? How long was he the highest paid player? How long did that last? Y'all let me know. And we're worried about giving him a deal that would make him not even top 5 quarterback. Essentially, by next year, this time, he wouldn't even be paid top 10. He probably wouldn't even be paid top 15 at that point. Because think about it. Dak Prescott is getting $40 million a year on average. Dak Prescott gets $40 million a year on average. By the time DC's contract of $40 million a year on average kicks in, that shit won't be till a couple more years. And next year, our cap nearly resets because we have to sign so many new people. We're basically restarting our franchise based on salary cap next year. That's how it's going to look. We'll have so many free agents that the roster number will nearly go from 50 to 30. That's how many people will drop off from the roster. And then our salary cap should be around like 100. This is before the extensions, of course. We'll be around 150 million in cap. It is people who are worried about signing him to a deal that is nearly a freaking steal. Because in 2 years, paying a quarterback $40 million, that's going to be like paying a quarterback $20 million now. What do y'all like? Think about it. Just think about that. I don't think we got to think long term. We just got to think long term. WT, wasted talent in the building with the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. He says people have to realize Carr has an agent and a family. He has to have a contract that isn't a record low. 100%, 100%. And just to add to that, Waste is not saying, you know what I mean, 40 million is a record low or anything. 40 million is still a lot. 40 million is still a lot. 35 is on the cheaper end, in my opinion. 35 is a freaking steal. Anybody that tells you otherwise, they're not paying attention. They are not paying attention if they tell you otherwise. 35 is a steal. 40 is a bit on the high side, but in 2 years, it's not going to be on the high side. It's not going to be on the high side in 2 years. Trust me. Trust me. Because who would be getting an extension in another 2 years? Wouldn't Mahomes and Josh Allen and them boys be getting an extension as well? How much they will probably be getting like 60 by that point. Tell me I'm lying. Someone tell me I'm lying. Eternal Boss says, Carr fanboys, 10 years, $600 million. Oh, snap. He said he's like, 10 years, $600 million. Yeah, right. In 2 years, he won't be a top 10 paid quarterback. This is a good deal. In 2 years, he will probably be getting paid around like the 15th mark. Because you guys got to think about it. If he were to get paid $35 million a year on an extension, he'd still be getting paid less than Jared Goff. We are complaining about paying our quarterback less than Jared Goff. Go ahead and let some Twitter fingers, Instagram fool tell you otherwise that it's a bad deal. Seriously? When Dak Prescott is nearly holding out unless he gets $40 million a year. That's on average. $40 million a year on average. If Carr were to get $40 million a year, it wouldn't average to $40 million. That's what people need to understand. Let's get back to the chat though. My idea, $35 million a year for 3 years starting this year. $30 million fully guaranteed roster bonus doesn't go against the cap. $25 million against the cap, a win-win. There's a bunch of ways to chalk it up, Raider Casper. So you're right. There's a bunch of ways to chop it up. You're 100% right. $35 million, in my opinion, is a steal. It's a steal, bro. It's a steal. If we get him at a 3-year extension on $35 million a year, that's a steal, bro. There's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. What's going on with my mouse? But the boy said the Raytrix. Killing me, prayers. He said the Raytrix. Preach, Ray. Tell him, where's the logic? Exactly. Where's the logic at? Let me know. Tell me. Let me know. Let me go down, though. Got the boy Raiders football talk in the building. Shout out Andy. He says Max and Renfro both later round picks. They are not taking no pay cut. They've earned a big bag. I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you because they're not on a big contract. They don't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? They don't have a lot of money. But think about this real quick. Even if you gave Derek Carr $40 million, right? Let me put this in perspective. Even if you gave Derek Carr $40 million, you gave Hunter Renfrow $10 million, and then you gave Max Crosby $20 to $25 million, that would be like a normal team. That would legit be like a normal team. You have good players. That's what normal teams do. They pay those players. Look at the Cowboys. They paid Dak Prescott more than Carr. They paid DeMarcus Lawrence $20 million. They paid Cooper more than $10 million. Plus they pay Zeke and all the other players that they have. Okay, let's move on. You could talk about plenty of players like you're paying Josh Allen. You're paying Josh Allen a lot more. For one, you're paying Josh Allen a lot more. Two, you're also paying Stephon Diggs. You're paying Micah Hyde, Poyer, Tre'Davious White, right? Like, come on, y'all. We can't pay 3 players. Are we that worried about it? Paying 3 players? Crosby, Renfro, and Carr. That's all we have to really pay. That's all we have to pay. Why are we so worried about that? I'm just confused. Why are we so worried about that? Derek Carr will take a pay cut for Adams. Yeah, I think he would 100%. We've been underpaying Carr, but we're still low on cap. So who are we overpaying? How are we low on cap? I don't get it. Well, this is basically after this year, our cap nearly resets without the extensions of Crosby, Renfro, and Carr, of course. So next year, our cap would look like $150 million. So if we were to sign Carr to an extension, obviously, however much we sign him to would hit that. Then it would go down to like $120 million, right? 110 to $120 million. Then if you were to sign Crosby to about $20 to $25 million a year, then the cap would go down to about $90 million, right? Then if you were to sign Renfro, that's another $10 million. Then we'd be down to about 75 to 80 million, and we'd have like 25 players on the roster at that point, right? And that's without making any moves to make pay cuts to free up cap space like a Nassib, a Littleton, and a Kwiatkowski, right? So I don't understand other people's logics when people will go watch other content creators, when people will be on Twitter, have their Twitter fingers running. People will be on Instagram bumping their gums about something they don't really know, something they didn't really look into, you know? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think people really look down the line. And then another thing, I just want to say this real quick. People will say, well, if he's going to get paid $40 million a year, he should expect Zay Jones to be his receivers then. He's been his fucking receivers the whole time. And he's getting paid next to nothing now. So what's the excuse? That right there, I was just like, bro, y'all didn't even think that one through, did you? Lucky y'all don't. And that's why I'll be like, lucky these dudes don't be on live with me, because I would roast them. I would torch them. I would start torching people live, bro. If I could. All them Twitter fingers and Instagram fools, I'd be torching them fools with the logic they be trying to use. I'm like, what? Hello. What's good with you, Untouchable? Glad to see you in here. Glad to see you in here. Ruben Russ says secondary is stacked in free agency. We just have to make sure we can get some dogs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lasted long enough for us not to be able. Well, it wasn't us. It wasn't that we weren't able to sign Mac. It's that we just didn't sign Mac, and we didn't make the moves to keep him. That's all it was. That's all it was. The narrative, and this is what I meant by earlier in the show, I was talking about narratives, right? The narrative was we couldn't sign Mac because Carr was getting his contract. Y'all believe that? Go ahead and show me one person that ever broke that down, saying because we were paying Carr so much, we couldn't sign Mac. Show me one person that actually broke it down and said, oh, that isn't true. Or, oh, that is true. Show me one person. Because that's another narrative, as I was talking about at the beginning of the show, that people will run with, that they don't even know. They didn't even look themselves. They just go based off another person. They're just recycling information that they don't know if it's true or not. And that's what people will do. Whether they're on Twitter, Instagram, they're content creators on YouTube, they just recycle information and they don't even know if it's true themselves. They just say it because everybody's saying it. Brett, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop taking information from people that just because they're a Raider fan doesn't mean they know if it's true or not. Did they actually do the research and look themselves? Like, come on now. Quit playing. Marcus Howard, super chat. Appreciate you, brother. He says Carr has dealt with more adversity in 8 years than any quarterback in the league history. That's 100% true. Nobody could deny that. If anybody were to deny that, they're smoking dope. 30 game-winning drives and 4 down the stretch to get us in the playoffs. Definition of clutch. He deserves $35 million off this year alone. 100%. 100%. If we're able to get him on a $35 million contract extension, that's a steal. That is a steal. I'm telling you right now, Marcus Howard, man, I know this ain't Marcus Howard. I was in a unit. I was in a unit with a guy with a guy named Marcus Howard, but I don't think it's probably just a common name. Yeah, Sergeant Howard. I was in a unit with a guy named Marcus Howard, but I think he went to Japan after Fort Bragg. I think he went to Japan. Eternal Boss says the market going up each year does not equal Carr deserves elite quarterback money, though. What is elite quarterback money? I love the fact that we have somebody willing to go out of their way to make themselves look like a fool. Eternal Boss, what is elite quarterback money? I'll wait, because they'll say elite quarterback money because they heard somebody else say that. They heard somebody else say it, and this is what I was just talking about. What is elite quarterback money? What is elite quarterback money? Boys out here just making themselves look like a fool. Carr's asking $5 million over the market cap. That 40 is not even going to be a lot within the next few months. It's not, bro. It's really not. Jokers are saying 25. Yeah, right. There's no way Carr gets 25. There's no way. There's no way wasted. Minnie says Carr is an average quarterback, not elite. But we will have to wait for that in the next 2 years draft. Even then, not guaranteed. Carr is a very good quarterback, not elite. But we will have to wait for that in the next 2 years. Even then, not guaranteed. Pay them in and move on. I agree. I 100% agree. I don't think when people say elite, right? And in my head, I'm like, okay, elite. What's elite money, right? And you look at the line. I want to see if I can share this with y'all. Can I share this with you guys? I'm just looking at the quarterback contracts. I'm just looking at the quarterback contracts. And I want to see the highest paid quarterbacks. What the heck going on? What is going on? Dang ain't working. Contract, quarterback. All right, quarterback contract rankings. Spot track. See what we got. Yo, what's up with my joint? Why is my joint tweaking? What? All right, here we go. Facts pay him. Number Juan says. Number Juan Kardashian says. Farrell says McDaniels and Ziegler have a plan. Trust the process. You know what? And I want to touch on that, Farrell, because the fact that it's funny because the fact that people will be like, Josh McDaniels, great hire. Dave Ziegler, great hire. Dave Ziegler is going to be a great GM. Yeah, he's going to be a great GM. Josh McDaniels, he's a great coach, great offensive mind. He ran the Patriots offense for so many years. Dave Ziegler turned around that Patriots franchise. So these guys are so great, right? These guys are so great that they want to re-sign the quarterback that you don't want to sign. They want to give a contract to the guy that you don't want to give a contract to, but because they're so great, but yet they're trying to give this man a contract? That's so confusing to me. People will be like, oh, yeah, they're Kardashians. Okay. You don't like Carr, but you think this is a great hire. Yet these same people want to give that quarterback you don't like money to stay on the team. I mean, look, I can't make this up, y'all. I don't make this up. This is real. This is real. This is true stuff. This is true stuff that people try to, this is narratives they try to push. It's like, bro, I just don't get it. It's just funny to me. Personally, it's just funny just because I'm not walking around saying this stuff, right? So I'm not worried about looking like a fool. Right, Lex says, how did that work out for the Cowboys, though? What do you mean, how did that work out for the Cowboys? They have a bunch of talent on their team. What do you mean? What do you mean, how did that work out for the Cowboys? They should have never gave Dak Prescott that money because Dak Prescott's garbage. Dak Prescott garbage. That's the problem. They gave Dak Prescott that money. But then again, they gave Dak Prescott that money, but they're still able to sign a Cooper, a Zeke, a DeMarcus Lawrence. We have nobody on the team making that kind of money. Hold on. How about this? Dak Prescott got Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Lyle Collins. All together, they make almost $40 million. So the offensive line together is about $40 million. Dak Prescott makes about $40 million. Cooper makes about $15 million. Lawrence makes about $20 million. Zeke makes about $15 million, and he's going to be the highest paid running back here soon. If they're able to do that, then why can't we sign Carr to an average, to a quarterback contract that will average less than $40 million? So to me, it's like, where's y'all like? What are y'all saying here? We can't sign Renfro to a $10 million contract. We can't give Crosby $20 million and Carr $40. But the rest of these teams can. It's just confusing to me, bro. That's the confusing part to me. Like, what are we comparing our team to? Y'all just tripping. He said Jerry Jones money, the cap is the cap, bro. Like, literally, the cap is the cap. This isn't the NBA. This isn't the NBA. This isn't the baseball to where you can give a guy a bunch of money. There's no salary cap or however that works. But look, there's a salary cap in the NFL for a reason. That's my off Ray. This is going to be the new channel name, whole theme, and everything. Where's the logic, bro? I'm just saying. AC in the building. I see you, bro. I see you, bro. Agent Red, Littleton, Nassib, and Quick. There's plenty of contracts that we'd be able to scrap. There's other players like Denzel Good. I'm not saying to get rid of Denzel Good, but if we cut Denzel Good, we get $4 million. There's no dead cap money there. We just get another $4 million. And I don't think people take this in consideration. We have like players we'd be able to get like $30 million. We could cut players we don't even use and pay Carr, basically. We could. Like, bruh. Didn't we pay Kwiatkowski Littleton like 30 mil this year? That's a exactly, Alex. And this is, I don't think people understand. It's like, bro, we are paying players that barely even, if they even do play, that we're giving them money that we could just turn around and give Carr. And just, we'd be in the same boat. We'd be in the same boat. I don't think people understand that. It's like, how do we have $20 million? Who are we paying? Tell me. Who are we paying right now? Who are we paying? If Carr's getting $20 million right now and we have no cap, we don't have a lot of cap. Let's not say no, but we don't have a lot of cap, right? Carr's only getting $20 million right now. Who are we paying? Whose fault is that? Like, come on, bro. Meek says, Ray, you willing to pay the third best quarterback in his conference all that bread? I mean, look, man, I'm not the one sitting here saying that Herbert is better than Carr. And I know a lot of people get on me for that. People will. And rightfully so, because I like Herbert. But with Herbert, I don't think he has a clutch bone in his body. Another thing with Herbert is I don't think he's better than Carr. Straight up. I just don't. It's crazy and another thing is, you have a person like Meek, right? Meek's up here. He says, you're willing to pay Carter third best quarterback in his own conference. But what he means is his own division, because third best quarterback in his own conference, is that like, yes, if you're saying that he's the third best in the conference, then yes, you would pay Carr that. But I think you meant division. I think what you meant is division. So, because only really, who are the best quarterbacks in the AFC? Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and then who would the third best be? It'd be who? Are you saying Carr's the third best in the conference or the division? If you're gonna try to throw an insult, man, go ahead and retype it and make sure you don't put a typo in. And this is what I mean. You don't even know the difference between the conference and the division. You're over here trying to throw shade, and you throwing shade wrong, bro. This man just threw shade wrong. So they don't want that smoke, Bernard, bro. You know how we rock. Bernard knows how we rock over here, bro. We get to tripping on people. East Oakland King 85 says Raiders have a real GM now. Extending Carr will be fine. Bonus money and front loading will help. Exactly. Front loaded. He doesn't have any guaranteed money this year. We can front load his guaranteed money. You see what I'm saying? East Oakland King knows. It's probably because he's from East Oakland. Motherfucker know everything. Next man up gets paid is how the NFL works. Yes, bro. Somebody with some common sense pulled up, drop a super chat. Shout out to the man, East Oakland King 85. Bringing that heat. Appreciate you, Everett, for pulling up, man. Meek Carr is not elite. Neither is Justin Herbert. So what is your point? Get one of the haters on here and torch them. It would be yeah. Who cares as long as we have Carr? Read my 10. I didn't read your super. I did read Marcus. I did read Marcus super. I did read your super, bro. I did read your super. Did I miss Marcus super? I thought I did. I did read it. You were the one. I gave you a shout out, bro. I was talking about how I knew somebody named Marcus Howard went in my unit. Okay, I read your super, bro. Oh, you know what? I'm super behind in the chat. Gene, shout out Gene. Pop bottles. Y'all know how to rock. You know how we rock. Gene just made a play, became a new member of the channel. Appreciate you, Gene. Shout out to you. Definitely the best way to support the channel. Definitely is. I'm glad you're able to make a play, become a team member of the Rated Tape. You know how I rock. Yeah, Eternal always tripping, but that's okay. You gotta have people. You gotta have people out here that is on the other side of the discussion, because sometimes they will bring something. Sometimes they will say something that's like, oh, okay, yeah, you were definitely right. You're definitely right. And I don't block though. I don't just because you don't like Carr, I'm not gonna block you. Just because you don't like Carr, I'm not going to ignore you. Just because you don't like Carr doesn't mean I'm gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, you just got out of here. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Shout out Eternal. Shout out Tickler. Whoever don't, shout out Frank White. I see Frank White in the chat. He's not a big Carr fan, but he pulls up still, and we still chop games. So shout out Frank White. You know what I mean? We still Raider fans at the end of the day. Marcus Howard with another super chat. I hope you caught me talking about your first super chat. I did catch it. That your $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support, brother. Hit me with another one. So thank you. He says $40 million, 2-year extension only puts him on an average around 34 mil. So I think what you're saying is 40 million per year on a 2-year extension, right? Only puts him on an average around 34 mil since this year only makes 19. It's simple math. Carr deserves 40 million. He put it down for you right there. It's written down. If y'all understand, y'all understand. You can't make it more simpler than that, bro. He's making 19 mil this year. So what you do is you add up all the total years and all the total cash divided by how many years, and that's how you come up with an average. Marcus Howard just showed you how to do it, but I'm just telling you. And like he said, he'd average out 34 million. Let me do the math. Would it be 34 million? It'd be 60, be 40, be 100. Yeah, it'd be 33.33333. Y'all know how I rock. Y'all know what happens when you divide 100 by 3. It's like 33.3333. Jack Bauer says 13 fumbles and 23 touchdowns. Laugh my ass off, bro. Ain't elite at all. And this is a good argument, right? This is a good argument. When they bring up Carr's turnovers, it's a good argument because they're turnovers at the end of the day. You can't really argue with turnovers too much. But one thing I will say about it is that it's an anomaly. It is an anomaly because when you look at Carr's career, when you look at his history, yes, he fumbles a lot. But as far as total turnovers, especially when you look at his interception to touchdown ratio or just his interceptions just in general, he doesn't typically throw a lot of picks. So when you go down and you look at, okay, how many picks did he throw? How many fumbles did he have? Right? And then you compare it to this year, it looks like it's a completely different year. It's called an anomaly. That's what an anomaly is. Something that's out of the ordinary. Something that's not usually what happens. Something that's not expected, right? Just for those that don't understand what that means. I'm just trying to explain what that means. That's what an anomaly is. So when people bring this up, I definitely agree with you. He did have a lot more turnovers, more than normal. So to me, that's an anomaly because it's just not going to happen every single year. Think about, I remember somebody saying in 2016, Derek Carr still did bad because he had, I think, 6 interceptions and 5 fumbles. I almost fell out my damn chair. Are you kidding me? 11 total turnovers is bad, right? And then we fast forward to this, and then people are like, oh, 13 fumbles, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, this is what I mean. You guys don't – it's almost like you'll just pick and choose to just say, yes, that's bad, right? And it's like, hold on, is that normal? Does that usually happen? Is that normal? Or is this just another thing for you to pick at and say, oh, okay, yeah, this is why he's not good, and I'm going to run with this? Because I remember when people was like, oh, yeah, Derek Carr and Matthew Stafford are the same, right? Now that Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl, they're like, oh, yeah, no, Matthew Stafford is better. Derek Carr's not that good. You know, he wouldn't be able to do that. It's like, bro, y'all moving the goalpost, right? So it's just funny to me. Let's move on. See what AC said. I want to get to y'all chats. Let me get these super chats, and I'm going straight to the chats, y'all. I've done enough talking. Let me show the chat some love. I've done enough talking. Let me get to Wavy. Shout out Wavy, man. Appreciate you dropping a super. I know I'm a couple minutes late, but he says top of the morning to you, Ray. Been a minute. I'm glad to see you out here, though, bro. I'm glad to see you, even though it's been a minute. Been working through some things. I hope you get through it, bro. You know what I mean? Health first. But what's your honest overall assessment of our entire staff we hired? Lots of Patriots hires, yes. Do your thing, brother. Appreciate you, Wavy. Shout out, Wavy, man. You know what I mean? Keep grinding. Keep your head down. You know what I mean? Do what's important. You know what I mean? Figure out what to do and when to do it. You know, health first. Make sure your mental right. Breathe. You feel me? Get through them things, brother. Get through them things. That's why we're here. But let's get to it. Super Chat says, what's your honest overall assessment of our entire staff? Shout out Wavy for the super. I like it so far, man. I think our defensive coordinator our defensive coordinating was like the icing on the top, right? It was our defensive coordinator, to me personally, it was just like, man, I think we did a good job. We did a good job. We went and got a defensive coordinator that's not boring, like a Gus Bradley, right? He's multiple, he's creative. He's coming from a defense to where there's not a lot of superstars. But they were still able to be effective. And I think that, and I like that, because for me, it deducts your deductive reasoning. It comes down to they got good coaching. In my opinion, that's what it comes down to. It's almost like the Colts. They have a couple guys that are pretty good, right? They have Leonard, the linebacker, real good, Buckner. But outside that, they got a lot of players that are like, yep, he's a good fit. Then they get coached up and they're real good. That's why I liked when Raider Scout had told me about that defensive coordinator from the Colts, who is now the Bears head coach, I believe. Right? So I definitely like the fact that we got that defensive coordinator, and the fact that we just have Josh McDaniels. We know who's going to be calling the plays and who's going to be taking care of what. And we have everybody's playing their own position, right? Ziegler is the GM, right? There's no more, is Gruden making the pick? Did Gruden make that decision? No, it's Ziegler. And the fact that he said it, I put out a video about this on the press conference, how he said in the press conference, I'm going to be making that decision. At the end of the day, that's going to be me. And that was reassuring to me as a Raiders fan, because that's what I wanted to hear. I didn't want a guy that was going to be a yes man to Josh McDaniels, because then at that point, Josh McDaniels is just running the franchise, making those decisions. And I did not want that, bro. I did not want that. But I don't think that's what it is. And based on the press conference, body language, how he spoke, how he straight up said, I'll be making those decisions. So I'm happy with this. As far as a lot of Patriots hires, I feel like we did get a lot of Patriots hires in a sense. How many did we get? 4? Offensive line, offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels and Ziegler. Am I missing anybody? I think we got about 4 coaches from there. So I'm happy with it. I don't think it's too many Patriots. Omar says the problem. Appreciate you, Omar, for pulling up. Drop a super chat. I know Omar is kind of like about Carr, and he still pulls up. And this is what I meant by earlier. Like, just because you're not a Carr fan, or just because you don't agree with Carr, doesn't mean you can't be over here on Raider Tech. You know what I mean? We accept everybody that's a Raider fan, even if you're not a Raider fan. We're just out here to have a good time. Omar says the problem is he said he doesn't care about the money, or don't take his word. I say more than 25. He can walk and draft Strong. Oof, bro. I do like Strong. Strong reminds me of Brady. I know that sounds crazy. And I'm not saying, Brady, like he's gonna be Brady. I'm just saying the way he plays reminds me of Brady. His pocket presence, the way he runs, the way he moves in the pocket, the way he throws the football. He just throws a lot of interceptions because he's in that. I think it's air raid where he's at. I believe they run air raid, and he launches that. Like Strong launches it. But if he asks more than 25, you're tweaking, bro. 25 is nothing. 25 is nothing, bro. How are you going to pay your quarterback the same amount you could potentially pay your defensive end? Like if Carr and Max Crosby are making the same amount of money, that's a problem, bro. In my opinion, that's a problem. Carr and Max Crosby should not be making the same amount of money. That's just my opinion. I think Carr asking for $40 million. I think Carr asking for $40 million or less, like 35 to 40. The fact that it came out that it's 40 is still a deal, because think about it like this. That was high. That was a high price a year or 2 ago. Even if Carr signs to $40 million, he's still not top 5 highest paid quarterback. That's my thing. That's all it is to me. Chris H says quarterbacks is overpaid, period. Is this how it goes? I do agree with you, bro. I do agree with you. It's just how the market is, right? It's how the market is, right, Chris? Tony Collins in the building. Shout out TC, man. If you extend him for 2 years, $100 million, It's average 34, 35 a year. Just do it. Oh, okay. So you're saying 100 million in total. If you extend him for 2 years for 40 million each of those 2 years, it would total 100 million and it would average 34 to 35 million a year. Yes, 100% TC. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. He's getting paid so cheap now. This is what people have to understand. He's getting paid so cheap now that this year and next year he will be on a cheap contract. And by the time that 40 million, right? By the time the 40 million kicks in, it's not going to be a high contract. He probably won't even be top 15 quarterbacks being paid by the time that shit kicks in, bro. He said, "Thank you, Jay. Irby ain't elite." Bro, this is the thing about Justin Herbert. I'll just talk about this real quick. We could talk about it with anybody, right? Santa Rosa Pirate, perfect, because I know he doesn't like Carr. Santa Rosa Pirate. If I were to ask him, is the Chargers running back better? Chargers running back is better. Are their wide receiver core better? Wide receiver core is better. Is their offensive line better? Yes, it's better. Is their defense better? I don't know what you want to base off of whose defense is better, but if you were to ask, is Joey Bosa Max Crosby? If you compare the two, some people might say Crosby. Okay, Derwin James, or I guess Derwin James, Trayvon Merrick, or Abram. I mean, who would you choose? At this point, Derwin James is better. So when you come to the defense, you could debate about that. But when it comes to the offense, there's no way you could say that the Chargers offense has less talent than the Raiders. There's no way. There's no debate on that. So then how could Justin Herbert be elite yet lose to this team? Yet lose to a quarterback that you think is worse than Justin Herbert? I just don't get that, bro. I just don't get that. Yeah, he's on a rookie contract as well, right? They're paying Keenan Allen. They're paying their offensive line. Eckler, Cook, James, Bosa. You know, it goes on. They got Nwosu, right? He said you're behind, Ray. You said that like 10 minutes ago. Yo, there's a lot of comments. I'm just trying to see who's just out here talking. I'm trying to get to people. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, Marcus Howard. Prescott, 14 fumbles. Carr not allowed to fumble now. Good stat. I didn't know that one. I'm gonna have to go check. I'm gonna have to go fact check that one, bro. I ain't even gonna cap on you. $14 fumbles. Woo! Dang, Dak Prescott did. Marcus Howard dropped a bomb on him. He dropped a bomb on me, baby. Trey Lord says, shit, I'll take 100K. I'll throw the shit. You want to know what's so funny about this comment? It's because like his name's Trey Lord and the way he wrote shit. And then he's like, shit, I'll take 100K. I'll throw the rock. Then I look at his picture and it's like a rat just chilling with some sunglasses on. That's oh, snap. That's just funny. Ray, you should do a film breakdown of all Carr's fumbles and count the ones that actually were his fault. Let's be honest, man. All of them are his fault. But that's definitely something I thought about. I see your name, bro. You ain't gonna get me, but I could say Fakaju. I definitely thought about doing that with the interceptions, probably not the fumbles, but that would be a good idea. I should definitely look into that, bro. Appreciate the suggestion, brother. NorCal Jesse in the building. I see you, bro. Said, bro, Matt Staff is making what, 26 mil? Yeah, Matthew Stafford is making 26 mil now. You have to understand, he's making 26 mil now. That's more than Carr. And Matthew Stafford is up for an extension. So, I mean, it's like, bro, Matthew Stafford is making more than Carr right now. He's on the Rams, right? With Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, OBJ, several offensive linemen that aren't on rookie deals. Cooper Kupp. Do I have to keep going? And this is what I mean, bro. Like, Who are we paying money to that we are so concerned about giving Carr money? Like, come on, quit it, bro. Quit it. Let's get to this Superman. Bogey67 says, let's see how this new front office is able to orchestrate a contract so that it leaves teams flexibility and options. Bro, you know what, Bogey? I 100% think this front office is going to be able to work a twist. I do. I honestly do. I think they're going to be able to work a twist to where it's going to be fine. We aren't paying anybody any money. So what are we so concerned about giving our quarterback some money? Cash Lord, I see you in the chat, bro. I'm just trying to catch up right now. I'm just trying to catch up to the chat. Trying to catch up to the chat. So I'm not too far behind. You know what I mean? But if y'all can, make a play. Hit that like button. Subscribe if y'all new. Do your touchdown dance. Do your Dougie. Hit the subscribe button. Make a play. I know the chat full of playmakers. I've been in the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. I know we got a lot of playmakers in here. So go make a play. Hit that like button. Can't stop, won't stop in the building. I see you folks. Morning Ray. What's up, homie? I'm glad you're able to pull up. Papa T. Dak led the league in fumbles. How you lead the league in fumbles with a great old line? Huh? How you lead the league in fumbles with an offensive line that you got Tyron Smith making $10 million, Zach Martin making about $12 million, Lyle Collins making about $10 million, right? We concerned about paying our offensive line. We traded away our offensive line, right? Because we couldn't pay them. It was too much. It was too expensive, right? Yeah, Dak Prescott lead the league in fumbles, as the chat educated me on, right? The chat educates me too. So Dak leads the league in fumbles with a $40 million offensive line. With a $40 million offensive line. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper making 10 to $15 million, right? Zeke making $15 million. And we concerned about signing our quarterback. Who are we giving money to? Who are we saving money to sign? Think about that. When that boy Perez said Miles Ray was about to turn into the Gap Band. Yeah, bro. The Gap Band. People always say I'm young, man. People always say I'm young, which I am. But don't let the age fool you, man. I got an old soul, for one. Two, age doesn't dictate the educated. Let me tell y'all that. So for all the youngsters out there that think just because someone's older or someone that's older than you says, well, you're just a youngster, you don't know this. Sometimes you don't know, but sometimes you do. You know what I mean? Age doesn't dictate education, okay? East Oakland 85, back with it, man. That bro, this dude right here, this dude, I don't know if it's a dude, female, you know what I mean? I don't know. East Oakland, they got King, my fault, I'm tweaking. But this man got his name says King in it, and I'm over here assuming. All right, let's get back to it. He said people always talk about cap space every year. I watch the Saints get out of cap hell. I don't want to hear nothing about cap, bro. Tell these people about the Saints, about the Packers. Shit, I think the Vikings as well. Tell them about it, bro. Tell these people. I don't think people understand. Like, there's teams. How much are the Saints in negative cap? Like negative $75 million in cap. The Saints are. That is ridiculous. Eternal Boss says, "Oh wait, so now fumbles is bad for someone else, but Carr's fumbles we make excuses." No, definitely. I never made an excuse for Carr's fumbles, did I? Please show me. Because I can go back about 15 minutes when you had first said this, and I said they were bad, right? Didn't I say that? Didn't I say they were bad? Did I make any excuses for Carr's fumbles? Nope. Did I make any excuses for his turnovers? Nope. I'm gonna turn it to E. I'm gonna go from Gap Band to the E40 real soon. Nope. So what are we talking about, brother? Never made an excuse. I love it though. I love it. They tried, but I love it though. Cash Lord, why we comparing Carr to Dak? They both don't got no playoff wins, no meaningful dubs. Yeah, well, I wouldn't compare the two because Derek Carr is better. Derek Carr is better, yeah. The other thing is that Derek Carr doesn't have CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Cedric Wilson, Zeke Elliott, you know. He doesn't have an offensive line, at least anymore, that costs $40 million to block for him, right? He doesn't have a defensive end in DeMarcus Lawrence making $15 to $20 million. He does have Max Crosby, but again, like I said, you guys want to talk about cap? DeMarcus Lawrence makes about $15 to $20 million. Dak Prescott is making $40 million on average. Even if you paid Carr $40 million on average, I'll say it again, he still wouldn't be getting $40 million. Excuse me. If you were to pay Derek Carr $40 million a year on an extension, he still wouldn't average $40 million a year. I just need to get that through y'all heads. And I think what people are not seeing is that they see, $40 million, and that's the number they think. Dak Prescott makes $40 million a year. $40 million a year on average, straight across. He makes $40 million a year. Derek Carr, if he gets an extension of $40 million, he would not make $40 million a year. Do you understand what I am saying now? Or no? Someone let me know that in the chat if anybody is still confused. Omar says, Ray, did you get my first super? Also, the man needs to keep his word. Or yeah, I did get it where you talked about Carr was going to take a deal, correct, Omar? Let me know. So I'm sure somebody will let me know. Let me go back though. Ray, did you get my first super? Also, the man needs to keep his word or get to first round and draft Carson Strong. The kid is even wearing the number 12. What's the number 12 got to do with it, bro? What's that got to do with it? But I did read your first super because now I remember, because you did say Strong, and I had talked about Carson Strong reminding me of a certain quarterback in Tom Brady, and like you said, wearing 12. So I think we're on the same page there. So, but Carson Strong, I wouldn't risk that, bro. Like, I just wouldn't risk that. Carson Strong isn't very mobile. Carson Strong is more of an aired out guy. And we don't have a run game. So I don't see how that I just don't see that working, bro. Like, who's he going to throw to? I don't know, man. I guess you're saying get some picks, get Strong, and then get all our guys. But who the hell's going to want to come over if we trade Carr? That's one thing. Is like, if you trade Carr, guys aren't going to want to come here at that point. Like, let's be honest. For Amigos Ray says Carr, Dak, stop playing. Yeah, that's easy money, bro. That's right. That's easy money, Ray. Easy money. Ain't no damn way Dak better. Cowboys O-line was worth $60 million this year. So $60 million. See, I was shortchanging them, actually. I was saying $40 million, but apparently to Alex Pearson, it's actually $60 million. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, yo. But the person says, I wish we had Cowboys O-line. Max said best he faced was Tyron Smith. Bro, it's just funny because when people compare, they don't compare the team, they just compare the quarterback. And it's like, bro, do you realize that some of these quarterbacks are getting paid while having multiple players around them getting paid? You know you can do that or nah? So read the tape, you're missing the point. I don't think I'm missing the point, man, because what you said was, okay, it's bad for Carr getting fumbled. And what I did was I said, look at Dak Prescott getting paid $40 million, right? Carr would get paid less than $40 million. He would get, even if he got $40 million on the extension, he'd be getting paid less still on average per year. He'd be getting paid less than Dak Prescott. His offensive line would be getting paid less. His offensive line would be worse as well. His wide receivers would be getting paid less and would be worse as well. Jake Barwin, or is it Blake or Jarwin? Blake Jarwin. I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. I'm fumbling my words now. The boy got to hit the back with or something. So back to what I was saying. Blake Jarwin. I think Blake Jarwin cap hit is $5 million. Darren Waller's cap hit is $7 million. Who are we paying on this team that we're so worried about paying Carr, Eternal Boss? That's all I'm saying. I feel like y'all have more of a vendetta towards Carr for a personal, emotional reason than you do for actual football, like anything contextual when it's based on football. 11.5 of the Saints dead cap is from Breeze. Still crazy, yeah, because they kept pushing it off. So what they would do is we'll give you just an example. I'm not saying this is what they did. or how much they gave him, but this is an example of what they did. We'll give you 40 million, but this year we'll give you 20 million, and then next year we'll give you 10 million, and then the year after that we'll give you 10 million, then the year after that they'll give you 10 million. So that's how they were able to continue to, you know, I mean, that's why I think what Sean Payton did was dirty. Sean Payton left the Saints because of that. And I don't think people really realize, like, bro, he left their franchise in shambles, yo. Like, he left their franchise with no quarterback, for one. Two, y'all got left with a bounty. So that's kind of like a tarnish on your franchise, right? Y'all had the bounty on your head. You did get a Super Bowl, but still. And then not only that, he left him in terrible cap situation. Terrible, terrible cap situation. Like, how do you leave? You have no quarterback, terrible cap situation, and you just dip out? Yeah, bro. You know why you dipped out, bro. We know why you left. Clarification, Dak does have a so the people don't even know what they're talking about at the end of the day. Q. You know what I mean? They try to bash Carr. They can't even do it right. It's like, it's weird. He said, yeah, true. Derek Carr should be 2-0 versus Dak if wasn't that fumble out the end zone. I mean, shit, he was the one making the play, wasn't it? Wasn't he the one making the play? And are you, bro, there's no way you're going to side with the Cowboys in the index card game as a Raiders fan. That's cringe. That's cringeworthy, bro. Yikes. That's cringeworthy. That is cringeworthy, bro. Yikes. What's good with it, Troy? Glad you're able to pull up. He says, Ray, you can't argue with these dudes. They pick bites. They pick bites and pieces, flip it, turn it around, and act like pick it, turn it around, bring it up and down, then act like they are smart, spitting facts, ass clowns, bro. Yo, that boy was spitting hot fire, Troy. I feel like I was rapping like goddamn Kendrick Lamar or Eminem for a second. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, I was spitting right there reading that comment. XO. Where's XO? I didn't see XO Sounds. Oh, yeah, I'm tweaking. XO Sounds in the building. It's the big dog, Ray. What's good, man? What's good with you, XO? I see you, bro. Shima 86. Carr was 125 mil 5 years. Stafford 135 5 years. Stafford will ask 40 mil plus in 2023. Yeah, he will. He might. He did just win a Super Bowl. And he probably will want to keep the pieces that are around him. He probably will want to retain them. For us, it's different. It's almost like we have a lot of cap and we have nobody around us to really keep. We have to build on what we have. Marcus Howard with another super. Shout out Marcus Howard for supporting the channel, man. Become a member, bro. If you want to become a member, if anybody wants to become a member, just hit the link at the top. Just hit the link at the top of the at the top of the screen and become a member. Best way to support the channel, man. Appreciate you, bro. 7 or more wins, 5 and 8 Carr seasons, 5 out of 8 Carr seasons with 6 different head coaches. Logic over hate, open eyes, Carr haters. We need to unite and celebrate what we have. It's hard, bro. It really is hard to actually like tell people, look, Carr's had 6 different head coaches. You know, this is the number one question I like to ask, Marcus, when you talk to the people that don't like Carr. How many years out of Carr's 8 years did he have a team that should have made the playoffs? And really, the answer is maybe 2 years, honestly. Like 2 years, maybe. There's probably been 2 years that he should have made the playoffs. And I would say out of one of those years, we did make the playoffs. Since we've had Carr, I think there's been 2 years we should have made the playoffs, and you could argue that we probably shouldn't have, but we did 1 year out of those. But how many years since we've had Carr in his 8 years? How many of those years should we have made the playoffs? Let's be honest. Dak blew out Redskins. Carr couldn't even, bro. Bro. I'm not finna go down there, bro. You talking about the fucking? We could talk about that, bro. This is one thing. You can't use one team beating another team to compare because we beat the Chiefs last year. So does that mean Derek Carr is better than every quarterback that the Chiefs beat last year? So think about it like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good comparison. It's almost, yeah, there's too much gray area in that comparison. Come back with another one. Carr's fixing to shut up all of his critics, and when he does, all these dudes need to not act like I knew he had it in him. And this is the thing, bro. I'm glad you brought that up, Troy. I'm glad you brought that up, Troy. I'm glad you brought that up. Last one. He said last one. Should I hope not? No, I'm playing with you, bro. He said last one. 5K passing yards. Carr's goated. I mean, you heard it there. You heard it here first from Marcus, man. You heard it here first from Marcus, man. I'm telling y'all. I am telling y'all. Let's see if I can do something real quick. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to find something. Trying to find the link to the members. Trying to find a link to the members, but I can't find it. What's it called? Can't find the link. You serious? Oh, there it is. Bing bow. Bow. There it is. Oh, maybe not. Anyways, let's get back to it. Yeah, y'all going back and forth at each other like crazy in the chat, though, man. Shout out to the chat, y'all. If we can, let's get that likes up to 300 likes, y'all. We over 350 people deep. Make sure to hit that like button. Make a play. I know we got a chat full of playmakers. Go hit the like button. Make a play. Also, subscribe if you guys are new here. If you want to become a member, hit that button at the top, and we going to pop bottles in the locker room, smoke cigars, and we going to do our Dougie. Let's see what it is. Kevin Jackson says, hey, Ray, what do you think about bringing back Razul Douglas? You know what, man? It was just interesting how he went to the Packers and he just went out there and showed out after leaving us. But based off of the scheme they run, based off of the players they have and how they're doing things, he wouldn't have the same performance with us. So I wouldn't really say bring him back. But in the defense that Patrick Graham should be running, he could potentially fulfill a role in that. He could potentially fill a role in that. Super from Micah. He says, just some love and thanks for the great content, Raider Nation Germany. Shout out, Micah, bro. Glad to see able to pull up. Shout out to Germany, everybody overseas in Germany. Shout out everybody over there. Glad you're able to make it to a live and appreciate the support, bro. Appreciate the support, Micah. Raider Pop says, people believe quarterback is the only position. If we had Rodgers, we would have won the Super Bowl this year. Hell no, we wouldn't have. That's bullshit. Carr didn't lose the games by himself. Abrams and Parker had a lot to do with that. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%, bro. That's – and I'm glad you said that's bullshit because I said it with you. Yeah, Carr – I don't know what it is, bro. People act like we weren't snapping the ball over Carr's head at the beginning of the half first of the season. People act like the first half of the season was just peaches and cream. Like we didn't have everything against us, stacked up against us, and we were supposed to make the playoffs. We weren't even supposed to make the playoffs this year. Let's be honest, and we did. So it's kind of strange. You can win a Super Bowl without an elite quarterback. Stafford just did. Tell these fools, man. Tell these fools that seem so confused. Like, Ray, do we extend Crosby Renfro this year? So this is what's interesting. I think depending on how we free up money, you could extend Crosby. Really, you can extend all three of them at this point. Well, you can extend all three of them because you could just start paying them next year. They're still getting money this year. That's something we have to realize. These guys are still getting paid this year. They still have 1 year on their current contracts. So what happened is they'll get this money from this year, right? And then their big time contracts, like if Max were to start to get paid $20 million, he would get whatever he gets paid this year, then he would get his $20 million next year. So, you know what I mean? But yo, I've been up here over an hour. I plan on doing an hour. And it's been a little bit over. And it's been a good show. It's been a very good show. I'm glad everybody was able to pull up. And I hope I was able to clarify some of the contract stuff. Because I know there's a lot of people out here, like I said, on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, there's certain content creators, there's people out there that just be spewing stuff, that just be saying stuff. And really, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They really don't. They don't have no logic behind it. They have no they didn't do any research on their own. They just carry on with a narrative. And I proved it a couple of times just from the chat alone that people will carry a narrative that isn't even true, right? And then go ahead and then they turn around and try to rebuttal with something new, right? Move the goalpost. But yo, can we get them likes up to 300? Can we get to 300 likes, y'all? 300 likes. We over 300 people deep. Can we get 300 likes? Hit that like button. If you ain't hitting that like button, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Are you a playmaker or not? Go make a play. Hit that like button, yo. Make a play. Hit that like button. But run them damn likes up. Run them damn likes up, yo. I hope y'all had a good time, man. Hope y'all had a good time. Hope y'all had a good time at this show. Hope y'all subscribed and enjoyed, whether you're a Carr fan or not. I just wanted to clarify some things, and I hope, Raider Nation, we do some things this year, yo. I hope we do some things this year. Can't Stop, Won't Stop is going to close us out with a super chat. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Appreciate it, bro. He says all these so-called Raider fans that don't like Carr need to sit down and enjoy the ride because he ain't going. That's how we gonna rock out, man. Appreciate you. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Raider Nation for life. You already know how I rock. You already know how I rock, bro. Appreciate you, man. B, he says Carr stands. Call it what you want, man. That's why your picture does not have. That's why you don't have a picture of yourself, bro. Because you don't want to get brought up on live and get made a fool of. You feel me? So appreciate everybody for pulling up, man. Until next time, y'all. Catch me next time, man. Ready to tape.